The history of Nepal is long and complex, spanning thousands of years and reflecting the country's rich cultural and religious diversity. Here's an overview of Nepal's history. Ancient period. 1. Early settlements. The history of Nepal begins with the Kirat dynasty, which ruled the region as early as the 7th or 8th century BCE. The Kirats are considered the first documented rulers of the Kathmandu Valley, and their influence is seen in ancient myths and legends. 2. Lichavi dynasty, c. 4th to 9th century CE, the Lichavis, who migrated from northern India, established one of the earliest known dynasties in Nepal. During this period, Nepal saw significant cultural and economic development. The Lichavis are credited with introducing Hinduism and Buddhism to the region, leading to the construction of many temples and stupas. 3. Thakuri and Malla dynasties, 9th to 18th century CE. After the decline of the Lichavis, the Thakuri dynasty came to power, followed by the Malla dynasty in the 12th century. The Malla period is known as a golden age in Nepali history, marked by the flourishing of arts, architecture, and culture. The Kathmandu Valley, with its three main cities, Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur, became renowned for its intricate woodwork, temples, and palaces. Medieval period. 1. Malla period, 12th to 18th century CE. The Mallas ruled Nepal during a time of political fragmentation, with the Kathmandu Valley divided into three competing city-states. Despite frequent conflicts, this period was characterized by remarkable cultural achievements, including the construction of iconic structures like the Pashupatinath Temple and Swayambhunath Stupa. Unification and Shah dynasty. 1. Prithvi Narayan Shah and unification, 18th century. In the mid-18th century, Prithvi Narayan Shah, the king of the small Gorkha principality, embarked on a campaign to unify the numerous small kingdoms and principalities into a single nation. By 1769, he had successfully unified most of the region, establishing the Shah dynasty and making Kathmandu the capital of the newly unified Nepal. 2. Expansion and conflicts. Following unification, Nepal expanded its territories but eventually came into conflict with the British East India Company. The Anglo-Nepalese War, 1814–1816, resulted in the signing of the Sugauli Treaty, which ceded significant territories to the British but preserved Nepal's independence. Rana rule, 1846–1951. 1. Rana dynasty. In 1846, Jung Bahadur Rana established the Rana regime, a hereditary rule where the prime minister held more power than the king. The Ranas controlled Nepal for over a century, maintaining close ties with the British and implementing policies that isolated Nepal from the rest of the world. 2. Modernization attempts. Despite their autocratic rule, the Ranas introduced some modern reforms, including the establishment of Nepal's first modern schools and the initiation of infrastructure projects. However, their oppressive regime eventually faced growing opposition. Democratic movements and modern Nepal. 1. End of Rana rule. In 1951, a popular movement led by the Nepali Congress Party, with support from King Tribhuvan and India, overthrew the Rana regime, leading to the establishment of a constitutional monarchy. 2. Panchayat system, 1960–1990. King Mahendra introduced the Panchayat system in 1960, a partyless political system that concentrated power in the monarchy. This system lasted until 1990 when a pro-democracy movement forced King Birendra to restore multi-party democracy. 3. Maoist insurgency and civil war, 1996–2006. Nepal faced a decade-long civil war initiated by Maoist rebels seeking to abolish the monarchy and establish a communist republic. The conflict resulted in the deaths of thousands and significant political instability. 4. End of monarchy and republic, 2008. In 2008, following a peace agreement and the election of a constituent assembly, Nepal abolished its monarchy and declared itself a federal democratic republic. The Shah dynasty, which had ruled Nepal for over 200 years, came to an end. 5. Constitution and Federal Republic. In 2015, Nepal adopted a new constitution, which formally established the country as a secular federal democratic republic. The country is now divided into 7 provinces, each with its own government. Contemporary period. Nepal today is a diverse and multi-ethnic nation, with a rich cultural heritage that reflects its Hindu and Buddhist traditions. The country continues to face challenges, including political instability, economic development, and recovery from natural disasters such as the devastating 2015 earthquake. Despite these challenges, Nepal remains a nation with a vibrant culture and a unique place in the history of South Asia.